today we all know that video production and videos are one of the top marketing tools used by any organization and by everybody. So I think a really good way to rethink your event video production is not to think about that tried and true 2 to 3 minute event video. I think it's to think about micro content. So if you are at an event that has a ton of investors or that has a ton of nonprofits, use your time.
Or a ton of women tech founders.
A ton of great women tech founders. www.womentechfounders.com. I want to challenge you or encourage you to think, how can we create micro content? So produce, instead of 1 3-minute video, how do we produce 10 1-minute videos that can last us for a quarter or for 6 months or for a year? The more video that you put out on your YouTube channel, the more consistently that you're putting it out, your SEO ranks are rising high, and then you're positioning yourself as a thought leader by being able to produce this steady flow of content.
Absolutely. So kind of going off of what you've said here, you talked about reestablishing, and our theme here is always to redefine. So redefining the way that you're collecting content on site. When you look at your video production or the opportunity that you have with the people that are attending your event, how do we really target the content that we're collecting? If you have the investors in the room, if you have women tech founders in the room, if you have founders in the room, how are you capitalizing on those people and planning out your marketing agenda or your content calendar for the year? How are you taking those micro moments, those interviews, and turning that into something that can be a year-long program? And I think that's exactly what you're saying here, is instead of creating a 3-minute recap that you blast out once and then resend.
Like, cool, I wasn't there, but I wish I was. It looked fun.
And that's what we're doing right now with video, is we're getting that little bit of, hey, this was super cool. But instead of getting that little bit of this was super cool, how do we say, this was super cool, but can't wait to see what's next? Or these people
come next year, because this is what you're going to learn. These are the people you're going to be exposed to.
Or this group showcases thought leadership, not just in a highlight reel, but they showcase thought leadership because of the quality of people that they're bringing. And if you maintain that quality, which I'm sure you do at your events, that's the hardest thing to showcase. Is you can make your event look fun, you can tell people that you have all these great people in the audience, but the hardest thing to capture and the hardest thing to convey over time is that quality.
And that thought leadership. And I'm sure you can probably comment on this better, but events are expensive. They are one of the biggest expenses, and often,
not cheap.
Yeah, she ain't. And lots of times people pour tons of money, and one thing I've heard from a lot of people is, what is the return on investment on my event? Well, if you're able to hire your video production crew and then have a year's worth of video content, I mean, there you go. There you have it. Yeah. And then you're going to grow not only in search, but in everybody's minds as that leader.
Absolutely.